Hello everyone, this is Lord Rimuru. I am here to bring you guys fanfiction that you will surely enjoy. But before we get on to the video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more amazing content. Chapter 2. Strings of Destiny. Love is our true destiny. We do not find the meaning of life by ourselves alone, we find it with another. Thomas Merton. In the face of danger, he threw himself just to save the girl that he was destined to be with. A girl with purple hair and wearing purple armor was seen protecting an innocent little girl from the giant monster. The two were about to get crushed by the monster's foot, but a person with long silver bluish hair stopped the giant. With just one look, Yuuki immediately knows who the man was. Her sense tells her that he was a person that had been connected to her by destiny and fate. "I'll take care of this, just ready, alright," the man said as he launches himself to attack the giant. The man hold a black katana with gold marking. The man rises his sword above his head and the sword was engulfed with black flame. The man then swing his katana down and cut the giant in half as if it was like butter. The giant that was cut was then engulfed by the black flame, burning its body to ashes. The man then shelters his katana and walks to Yuuki and smiles at her. He walks, and when the man was right in front of her, the man hugged her, which surprised her. "I miss you, Yuuki," the man said. When Yuuki heard the man's voice, tears started to fall from her eyes. "Satoru, you're Satoru, right?" Yuuki asks while crying. "Yeah, I'm sorry I left you behind," Satoru, or now known as Rimuru, replied to Yuuki. Yuuki, hearing Rimuru's response, hugged him tightly and didn't let go of Rimuru, not until she heard a voice. "Ak Oni-chan, Oni-san, I can't breathe," the little girl said. "Ah, sorry," Yuuki said as she realizes the little girl had been squeezed between her and Rimuru. The little girl only smiles and thanks Yuuki for saving her. The girl then finds her mother and immediately runs towards her mother. After the little girl left, Yuuki immediately turned her attention back to Rimuru, who was waving at the little girl. "Pervert," Yuuki said. "Huh? What do you mean by that?" Rimuru asked. "You have a thing for little girls," Yuuki replied. "What are you talking about? I don't." Rimuru was speaking when Yuuki hugged him again. "You have a lot to explain to me, dummy," Yuuki said as she enjoyed hugging Rimuru. After a while, Kirito and Asuna arrived. They were supposed to meet up at a restaurant, but due to the accident, they decided to help the people around. After that, Kirito and Asuna went home without asking anything. Yuuki invited Rimuru to her house and Rimuru accepted her invitation. When Rimuru and Yuuki arrived, Rimuru saw an average house complete with all types of furniture. When they enter, Yuuki seat on a couch and Rimuru seats beside her. "So mind explain everything to me and don't lie," Yuuki said to Rimuru with a serious voice. Rimuru then proceeded to tell Yuuki what happened to him when he died as Satoru Mikami. From the time he got stabbed, got reincarnated as a slime, meets a true dragon, built a city, became a demon lord and fighting the heavenly army and the world-destroying dragon. When he finishes telling, Yuuki was motionless because she just can't believe that the man that he loved goes through such hardship on his own. Even so, she easily believes Rimuru's story since she was aware that there were other worlds because of the dungeon that keeps appearing around the world. "I'm sorry for not being able to save you when you got stabbed," Yuuki said as she rests her forehead on Rimuru's shoulder. "It all right, you are not at fault," Rimuru replied while creasing Yuuki's head. "But I said it's didn't. I won't leave you again, I promise," Rimuru said. Yuuki didn't reply, but deep inside her heart she was happy and her body was heating up. "I love you," Yuuki muttered in a low voice. Rimuru heard what she say and smiled at Yuuki and replied. "I love you too," Rimuru replied. "I promise I'll protect you this time and I won't leave you again." Rimuru promised to himself that whoever tried to steal Yuuki from him or hurt the girl, even a single strand of her hair, will suffer his wrath. Yuuki and Rimuru then stay with each other, catching up on what happened to their lives when they got separated. Chapter 3. Dead of the Guild. I told you. You don't love someone because of their looks or their clothes or their car. You love them because they sing a song only your heart can understand. L.J. Smith. After the two talks, Rimuru noticed that Yuuki somehow had a stressed voice, so he decided to ask what could be the problem. "Hey Yuuki, is there a problem? You sound like you are stressed," Rimuru asked Yuuki. No, there's nothing wrong," Yuuki said as she shook her head from left to right. "You can fool me, Yuuki. I know you since we are children and I know if something is bothering the girl that I loved," Rimuru said, and when Yuuki heard his words she immediately blushed. "It's just we are in trouble right now," Yuuki said. "What kind of trouble?"
Rimuru asked. My guild is currently in debt to another guild. It's okay though, you don't have to worry about it. Me and my guild mates will settle the debt, Yuuki said with a smile.
Even though she is letting out a smile, Rimuru knew that she was just forcing herself to do it.
So Rimuru decided to cook something for the purple-haired girl. I see, then let's eat, Rimuru said as he started to cook, and he uses the ingredients that he have in his stomach.
Let me help you, Yuuki said. It's okay, just sit there and wait, Rimuru said. While cooking, Rimuru asks Yuuki how the dungeon works, and she explained that when a gate opens, adventurers would go inside it and clear it by killing the monsters inside.
And they could also obtain magic crystals so inside the dungeon that can be exchanged for money.
Rimuru also asked Yuuki how much is the guild's debt. Yuuki said that it 10 million, since Yuuki said that they use the money to help 5 of their members because their families are in financial problems, and they use the remaining money for the guild.
After a while, Rimuru finished cooking and put the food on the table. Here you go, Rimuru said, and what he puts on the table is an egg curry, which is Yuki's favorite food.
This is, Yuuki was surprised. It's your favorite, Rimuru said as he sits in front of Yuuki and smile.
Thank you, Rimuru, said by Yuuki as she eats the dish while having a big smile on her face.
On the next day, Yuuki was prepared to go to school since she still goes to one since she was still at 18 years old. Rimuru decided to walk Yuuki to school, and when they arrive, everyone is looking at the two. Hey, look at that, it's Yuuki-senpai. Who is that with her? Is he her boyfriend? Yuuki and Rimuru ignore the students and the two stop when they arrive at the front gate. I'll pick you up later, Rimuru said, and give a kiss on Yuki's forehead. And when everyone saw what Rimuru did, most boys are looking at Rimuru with hateful eyes, and some of the girls are blushing. Yuuki, meanwhile, was all red and imaginary smoke are coming out of her head. Baka, said Yuuki with a smile as she also kissed Rimuru on the cheeks, which surprised Rimuru. I'll see you later, Yuuki said as she heads inside the school campus. When Yuuki arrived at his room, Lisbeth immediately runs towards her. So I guess he's the Prince Charming, Liz said, clearly teasing Yuuki. Oh, I'm sure he is, Yuuki, even kiss him on the cheeks, a voice said, and it belongs to Asuna. The two then continue to tease Yuuki until the teacher arrived. After Rimuru left the school area, he immediately headed towards the Adventurers Guild and registers himself as one. Please follow me for the examination, the girl receptionist said as she helped Rimuru do his adventurer's test. And when it comes to magical power measurements, the machine that they used to measure magical powers, it failed to measure Rimuru's magical power, so he was told to come back after 3 days. After Rimuru left the Adventurers Guild, he asked Seal to locate a dungeon gate that could earn him 10 million in one day. The portal that Rimuru headed was a 4B rank gate. What of the gate consisted of monsters that looked like a tribe of ogre, and some even have wyverns. Rimuru cleared the 4 dungeons with ease, and Rimuru also gets all of the magic crystals that are in the dungeon. After that, he left and exchanged half of the crystal, and he earned 100 million in just one day. Isn't this a little too much, Seal? Rimuru asked. Master should use the money to help Yuuki, Seal said. That's what I'm planning, but I only ask you to help me find a dungeon that can earn me 10 million, not 100 million, Rimuru said. Trust me, Master, you will need the money later, Seal said. Well, if you said so, Rimuru said as he also buys a car since he got a lot of money. Meanwhile, at where one of the gates that Rimuru cleared, a group of individuals arrived. The gate was supposed to be here, right? A man asked. Yeah, it should be. The other said as they look around. Looks like someone cleared it. A girl with air said. We should report this to the guild. The boy with blonde hair said. When I thought I'll be able to enter a dungeon and level up. Don't worry, Shun, you'll get your chance, the girl replied.